Welcome, listeners, to The Tale of Three Cities, a digital essay that embarks on a compelling journey to unravel stories of communities around America that are grappling with the profound impact of industrialization. I'm your narrator, Brian, and my fellow hosts are Matt Klein, Samuel Francis, and Roman Wilkinson. In this series, we dive deep into the heart of three cities, exploring the intricate web of challenges posed by industrial plants and refineries. Along the way, we explore the different forms in which environmental injustice can occur in the communities it affects. We discover the ways that these industries may bolster society economically, but we also showcase the ways in which they negatively impact the environment of marginalized communities, and subsequently, the community's livelihood. Ultimately, we find that the intersection of labor dynamics and environmental threats portrays a systemic challenge where marginalized populations find themselves disproportionately situated in regions prone to environmental hazards, and this clearly displays systemic injustice.
My name is Roman Wilkinson, and I'll be covering North Richmond, California. California is one of the top 3 states in the U.S. for oil refining. They refine approximately 1,710,371 barrels of oil a day. The San Francisco area is home to many of the major oil refineries, like Chevron Refinery, Tesoro Refining and Marketing Company, Shell Oil Products, and ConocoPhillips Refinery. They all have locations within a 20-mile radius of North Richmond, an area negatively impacted by oil refining. Like most marginalized communities, many residents of North Richmond moved in search of opportunity. Though these refineries provide ample job opportunities, they severely impact North Richmond's environment and its people. In local public schools, chemical explosion drills are practiced, as well as seeing constant smoke in the air. A major environmental aspect impacted by the oil refineries is water pollution. From 2019 through 2021, the EPA recorded 27 instances when the Richmond facility dumped unpermitted amounts of substances into San Pablo Bay. However, no violations resulted in official enforcement actions or financial penalties. According to the California Energy Commission, Chevron's Richmond Refinery, Valero and Benicia, PBF and Martinez, and Phillips 66 and Rodeo can make up to 667,000 barrels of crude oil per day. Chevron's Richmond refinery was ranked 5th among all refineries for discharging nickel, according to the report done by Environmental Integrity Project researchers. Nickel is toxic to fish and other aquatic life. PBF Martinez refinery ranked 10th on nickel release. In 2021, the Bay Area refineries collectively dumped at least 1,057 pounds of selenium into the San Francisco Bay and its tributaries, which can cause spinal deformities. However, there are no federal limits for the amount of nickel or selenium oil refineries can discharge. In 2021, Bay Area refineries released 1.2 million pounds of total nitrogen, 32,298 pounds of oil and grease, 525 pounds of arsenic, 271 pounds of lead and lead compounds, 106 pounds of cyanide, and 142 pounds of hexavalent chromium. These dumpings contribute to harmful algae blooms, corrode drinking water infrastructure, and lurk in the sediment lining at the bottom of rivers, lakes, and estuaries.
Hi, I'm Matt Klein, and as a Pennsylvania resident, I'll be discussing Chester. Originally intended to be the state's capital, Chester, Pennsylvania became a major industrial center during the Industrial Revolution thanks to its robust system of roads, rail lines, and water transportation facilitating much of its industry. It was primarily a metalworking town, and as time went on, especially during the World Wars and Cold War conflicts, it specialized more towards military and vehicle production. High availability of jobs attracted many people, especially immigrants and other people looking for work. The town's approximately 5 square miles, and a quarter of its area is dedicated to industry, and its population now is approximately 75% African American. Unfortunately for its residents, Chester is not as much of a thriving city as it once was, being home to a disproportionately high number of waste processing plants, and with many of its industrial buildings abandoned. Many of the city's industrial and waste processing facilities, both active and abandoned, cause pollution and contamination problems. Sadly, this is not uncommon for communities like Chester. Industrial and waste processing sites are far more commonly built near poorer communities, especially poor minority communities, as they often lack the money, political power, and legal access to combat this. Poor marginalized communities also have less access to quality health care to undo the adverse health effects caused by pollution. According to the University of Pennsylvania, residents of Chester suffer from asthma, lung cancer, intestinal cancers, ovarian cancer, heart disease, and cerebrovascular disease at a significantly higher rate compared to most other Pennsylvanians.
The Tale of Three Cities, the podcast that explores the impact of industrial plants on communities around the world. My name is Samuel Francis, and today I'll be covering a journey to Mossville, Louisiana, a community with a rich history and a stark present, often referred to as Cancer Alley. Let's uncover the layers of environmental justice affecting Mossville and its residents. Mossville, founded by free slave Jim Moss in the late 1700s, stands as a testament to the endurance of a community that predates even the establishment of Calais Parish. Yet, its rich history has been marred by encroachment of industrialization, introducing a chapter that would alter the destiny of this community. Fast forward to today, and Mossville finds itself encircled by 14 oil, gas, and petrochemical plants, earning its place in the infamous Cancer Alley. This stretch along the Mississippi River carries a heavy burden, with Mossville being one of the communities shouldering the environmental impact of industrial facilities. The consequences of Mossville's 500 inhabitants are profound. Studies reveal a higher prevalence of respiratory problems and cancer, a grim reality linked to the harmful chemicals emitted by the nearby industrial plants. In 2019, the documentary Mossville, When Great Trees Fall, provided a powerful glimpse into the struggles faced by this community, set against the backdrop of an oil refinery and major chemical manufacturing. These studies shed light on the environmental and health impacts of industrial activities in the area, offering a comprehensive understanding of the challenges faced by the community. Investigations into government records reveal a complex landscape of legal actions, complaints, and regulatory measures. The Louisiana Department of Environmental Quality and EPA have documented cases and fines against industrial facilities, providing a glimpse into the ongoing struggle for justice in Mossville. Existing regulations are challenged by the lobbying and political contributions of industrial entities, leaving gaps that contribute to environmental injustices. Interviews with experts and legislators illuminate the complexities of the regulatory landscape in Mossville.
Ultimately, the intersection of labor dynamics and environmental threats portrays a systemic challenge where marginalized populations find themselves disproportionately hurt. Now, as we wrap up this episode of The Tale of Three Cities, let these stories serve as a reminder of the importance of informed decision-making, accountability, and the need for a collective effort to protect our communities and our planet. We delved into the stories of California, Chester, and Mossville, each grappling with the profound impact of industrial plants on their communities. These narratives illustrate the harsh realities faced by marginalized populations, exposing the intricate web of environmental injustice woven into the fabric of their lives. As we've seen, these communities grapple not only with the immediate health impacts, but also with a convoluted regulatory landscape. In Mossville, government records review a battleground of legal actions, fines, and regulatory measures against industrial facilities. Yet the influence of lobbying and political contributions further complicates the pursuit of justice, leaving gaps that perpetuate environmental injustices. The Tale of Three Cities serves as a call to action, urging us to confront the systemic issues that allow these environmental injustices to persist. The stories of California, Chester, and Mossville are not isolated incidents, but interconnected chapters in a larger narrative of communities bearing the brunt of industrialization. It's a narrative that demands our attention, empathy, and a commitment to change. I'm Brian, and thank you for joining me and my co-host on this discussion and exploration of the impact of industrial plants on communities around America. Until next time, let's continue to unveil the layers of environmental injustice and work towards a more equitable and sustainable future.